For Wall Street Media, this is Mila. I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market using information you can't find anywhere else.
Awesome, right?
Right.
This is what we do. And we have super smart you here to help out. We're doing the Invest Northwest conference, which everybody can watch. And this is free. This is a service. We're trying to open this up. All of Wall Street watches these. We have Mila here. She's going to tell you where you can find it. And you're going to be able, you can watch the whole thing for yourself. But we also went to the trouble of getting a highlight clip. Right? Went through the whole half hour.
Yep.
And what do you have for us?
So first we have H. Stuart Parker, who is CEO of Targeted Genetics. The ticker symbol is TGEN. And she discusses the new area the company is exploring, delivering expressed RNAi with adeno-associated viral vectors, with the first concept being Huntington's disease, in which preclinical studies are currently ongoing. And here we have the video.
Now let me turn to our next program, and this is a very exciting area for us, a new, fairly new area, really putting AAV through its paces to look at its potential in this very exciting area of expressed RNAi. And we all have heard about RNAi. It won a Nobel Prize last year, the researchers who first developed it. So very exciting area, but an area with limitations, and they particularly relate to delivery. So I think the challenge for really implementing this very exciting technology into real commercially viable products is to find ways to stably deliver it so that it actually has a chance to do what it should do without being degraded. Now, we think that expressed RNAi is a great way to go, particularly for diseases such as CNS disease, where you really, frankly, don't want to have a needle stuck in your brain every week. It's not a very user-friendly therapy. And using and taking advantage of AAV's long-term expression capabilities indicate that we could have a real nice potential for solving this problem with RNAi delivery in a number of disease settings. So we are obviously the first to really leverage this technology for expressed RNAi, and it's based on our filing very presciently of IP in the late 90s that covers expressed RNAi using AAV. 2 different patents that really mean that anyone that wants to look in this area will have to come to us for collaboration opportunities or partnering or licensing. And we're particularly excited about our first proof of concept program in this area of expressed RNAi, which is for Huntington's disease. Probably know Huntington's is a very horrible genetic disease that there's no current treatment for it. It results in dementia and loss of motor function, and patients ultimately who carry the Huntington's gene come down with it, and usually in their 30s, 40s, and the path from morbidity to mortality is quite quick. We want to target the patients who are, or the subjects who are carriers who have not yet come down with full-blown Huntington's. And to that end have done a series of preclinical studies looking at RNAi constructs delivered with AAV to see if we can actually impact mice that are bred to have this defect. And this is a summary of some data, early data that we generated actually a couple years ago, so we're still moving ahead with this. But in a motor abnormality model, we were able to show that we could indeed improve motor function in mice that were bred to have this defect by adding our AAV RNAi construct. Now, they weren't quite proximal to normal mice function, but this is a prototype, and now we're really in the middle of testing other constructs to determine which is the most optimal, moving that into a series of long-term preclinical studies, both in small animals and larger animals.
See, now, this is why we do this, okay? Here we've got the CEO talking. She's obviously a genius, you know.
Definitely. And a woman.
And a woman. We like that. You like that, right? And they're up 11, almost 12% today, guys. And I'll add them to the Covester portfolio. This sounds like they're taking the benefit of something from they won the Nobel Prize.
The researchers who discovered it last year.
Right.
Yep.
Not these guys.
Right.
But it sounds like these guys have then taken it from the land of, I'm a tech nerd, I don't know from biotech, but from vaporware, right, with technology where someone says, wouldn't it be cool if, and then she said that they made it more stable, and that they can do little things like not have to have put a needle in the brain every week,
which
right?
I guess was the way that they had treated it before, or that was one of the ways.
Right.
So this is definitely a lot better.
Fabulous, right? And look at this. Guys, look them up. What TGEN is their ticker. They're up 9 cents today. super, super small company, $17 million market cap. Decent volume, though, 78,000 shares a day. And this is the opportunity, right, to get in today. They've got something else coming in phase 1. It says clinical trial for inflammatory arthritis. Okay? Let me tell you something. Now is the time. Right? Now is the time.
Definitely.
Right? Did you see her? Did you watch that? You can click through, watch the whole half hour, right? For free. We're not selling you something. And you can watch and see. I'm going to buy some of these guys because I think she's so impressive. And I love, like, you're taking something that won a Nobel Prize, right? Groundbreaking, right? History making. And then you're making it practical. Where I don't know the science enough, right? But it said that where she's making the compound more stable, so it looks like they can use it, you know, where before they proved, I guess the Nobel Prize is to prove that it works.
Maybe, I don't know, did they discover it? So it's an absolutely amazing discovery, and now they're putting it to use in curing a disease or helping to reduce the
what could be better than that, right? Awesome, right? And you presenting it. I mean, you know, come on. And you can follow on Covestor.com. It's free. We put our money where our mouth is. I do 20,000 of these a year, and I'd like to tell you that I bought 20,000 stocks a year, but I don't. And when I find one that I like this, I add it to Covestor. You can see that when I say I believe in this or I think this is awesome, we don't walk out of the room and then say, oh, you know, that was no good. You can follow on Covestor.com and see, oh, Doug put his money in there.
Yep.
You know.
You really put your money where your mouth is.
Right. You know, and when I see one like this, you know, you're super smart, right? And you were liking it, and you were, like, impressed with it. And I said, man, this has all the earmarks of something I need to be a part of, right? And so fantastic. And we'll be back with more of these from Invest Northwest.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. And we're here every day at Wall Street Media. You can find us directly at WMSCO.com.
WSMCO.
Oh, sorry, WSMCO.com. Thanks.